addressing his future, he said likely he'll be concluding a career which has spanned more than 2 brilliant decades. One final year in Pittsburgh. Here's the new Steelers quarterback on the reason for his decision.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. That's why we just did a one-year deal. Steelers didn't need to, put any extra years on that or anything. So, this was really about finishing with a lot of love and fun and peace for the career that I've had. I mean, I played 20 freaking years. It's been a long run, and I've enjoyed it. And what better place to finish than in one of the cornerstone franchises of the NFL? I'm going to give the Steelers everything that I got and empty the tank and be super comfortable and satisfied with whatever happens.
Okay. All spring, when there was uncertainty about what would happen regarding Rodgers, I said I was certain he was going to be a Steeler. I will say now, I don't believe him when he says this is going to be the end, and here's why. This is a man who's famously exhausted the runway available to him before making these significant decisions of late, right, the last few years. I just don't know how he knows how he'll feel then. What if he's really good this year? And I've watched so many great athletes through the years decide it's time to go, and the common denominator is how difficult it is to finally cross over that line forever and leave it behind you when that time comes.
I want to thank my buddy Pat McAfee for giving us on this day some football, and I will take that as a birthday present from Pat.
Yeah, you should thank him.
Yeah. I just did.
Send him a text. Thanks for the early.
Thanks for the early birthday present to give us some fresh new NFL news on the last Tuesday of June. That's when Aaron Rodgers appeared on Pat's show for the first time since signing with the Steelers and gave everybody a sense of how he views this season and his career finishing in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. That's why we just did a one-year deal. Steelers didn't need to, put any extra years on that or anything. So, this was really about finishing with a lot of love and fun and peace for the career that I've had. I mean, I played 20 freaking years. It's been a long run, and I've enjoyed it. And what better place to finish than in one of the cornerstone franchises of the NFL with Mike Tomlin and a great group of leadership and great guys in the city that expects you to win.
So put a pin in that. Let's just say the Steelers are 9-1, right, through the first 10 games, and Rodgers looks like an MVP candidate. Will we hear again from him that maybe this isn't it?
Maybe.
I know he's laughing over there because he doesn't think the Steelers are going to go 9-1.
Or Will Howard is starting in Week 11.
I would be stunned, Chris, if he's starting in Week 11 because Rodgers is in effect. He's starting in Week 11 potentially because Rodgers is hurt. Now it's possible. But I think if Rodgers is out for a week or two, that would be Mason Rudolph country. Will Howard only starts in Pittsburgh this year if an absolute disaster happens, like it did in Rodgers' first year with the Jets. And I'm not going to go down that road about what happened with the Jets. But it does absolutely color the sense of how this is going to work in Pittsburgh. All right. Who's better, DK Metcalf or Garrett Wilson / Devontae Adams? Who's better, Jaylen Warren, the rookie out of the nation's heartland, out of Terzo's state of Iowa, or Breece Hall? Who would you rather have offensively? Last year, didn't work out for Rodgers and the Jets. So this year, shouldn't work out, except for the fact that you will not have the head coach fired after Week 5. You will not have an offensive coordinator chosen by Rodgers, who clearly couldn't figure out how to make it work, didn't get the time to make it work. You won't have a threat of being benched from Art Rooney before firing Mike Tomlin, as we learned. I mean, everything that happened last year, not just Rodgers' fingerprints on it. And, I don't know who, was it Jerry Dulac? Was somebody else saying that this is different for Rodgers? If he's saying he's going there with peace and love and happiness and, the language that causes the four-time Super Bowl champ from their past to tell him to go chew on bark and stuff like that. But him basically saying, I'm going to the cornerstone franchise of the Steelers to finish my career with Mike Tomlin. And, it's different than with the Jets, where he is the center of the universe, the cult of personality, to come in and please change just come and change our culture. Come and, show us how it's done. We just had some rookie here who didn't meet the moment in years 2 and 3, and we're done with him. And we're finished with him. Or come here and teach him the ropes because he doesn't have to play here now. Well, maybe you're here for a year or two and we reset with Zach Wilson. Don't forget, that's how he arrived, and he set things up the way he wanted it set up with the Jets, from his hand-picked play caller to, even though he swore there wasn't a list of people that he wanted, that he gave to the Jets, there's certainly a lot of his former teammates just started showing up on the roster. Haven't seen that happen yet in Pittsburgh. So if he's going there and saying, I'm part of your system, I'm out of the business of, roster choices, and I'm out of this business, it's a totally different set of circumstances walking into Pittsburgh than what he walked into New York that clearly didn't work out and won't be causing any headwinds to occur in his face. And he's also a year removed from his Achilles. I'm giving you, obviously, a rosier approach than what a lot of others, including, obviously you, Chris, are looking at this as. But just hearing that, if that is in fact his mindset, and then he gets on the same page with Arthur Smith, who we send our condolences to, his dad Fred passed away this week. We send our best to him and his family. That once the grieving process is over, he's back at the football work with Rodgers. They figure out a way on making Rodgers comfortable and the system doing what Tomlin brought Smith in to do, and Tomlin's kind of sitting there shepherding that process.